Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. So today I'm gonna be telling you about the newest fragrances that I'm really keen on testing. I haven't been testing them yet. I know that they're coming. I'm not sure that one of these fragrances is gonna come eventually because it's the brand isn't available where I am. And I'm gonna be also telling you about one fragrance that I have already tested and I loved it. And it's not on my wish list because I don't have a wish list, but it's kind of, I'm playing with the thought of getting the fragrance. So anyway, why did I decide to make this video? A couple of days back, I received a message asking, "Are you going to try this and this fragrance? Because you have to. You have to try it because you're a collector." And I was like, hmm, "That's actually an interesting topic. Do I really have to?" And I wanted to talk to you about this as well. But first of all, I'm going to be telling you about the fragrances that I'm really interested in trying. So, the fragrance that I have already tried and I loved it, it's actually from Laura Biagiotti. And this is not just one fragrance, it's a mini collection. It has three fragrances. I will be inserting the picture somewhere here. So it's the three fragrances. It has ambrosia, it has the second fragrance, which is the red one. It has grape, and also the one that I love, it has fig. So the one with the fig is called Divinum Ficus, so divine fig. So it has basil, mint, green pepper, bergamot, fig, laurels, caper, artichoke, sandalwood, musk, and cedar. I promise you, it doesn't smell like when you are cooking something, because laurels and capers and artichoke and basil and green pepper might give you this kind of vibe, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It's a very pleasant green herbaceous fig, and I'm really keen on that fragrance. The other two, yeah, they no, I didn't like them. I didn't. So the next one is the one that I'm gonna be trying to test this one, but it's extremely hard to try to get hold of these fragrances for me, because while we have Chanel, we have the Chanel makeup and fragrances and whatnot, but just not this line, not the exclusive line. And they have come out with the new fragrance that is called Comete. So a comet. So it has cherry blossom, aldehydes, iris, heliotrope, and musk. So the fragrance is extremely interesting for me, except for the fact that I don't really like the aldehydes of Chanel. Sometimes they can be very, very overwhelming for me, but I'm kind of interested and afraid, because aldehydes, Chanel's aldehydes. But if I can, I will be trying to get this fragrance, the sample of this fragrance, and then report it to you. So the next one, and this is actually a fragrance that I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be something beautiful. I haven't seen the notes yet. When I was saying that it's gonna be something beautiful, then I saw the notes and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe, just maybe, it's gonna be something reminiscent of a fragrance they already had in the past. So I'm talking about Fantasm by Mugler, and this is females version, because they come out with the AMan version as well, so it's a man's targeted release. So females targeted release is a beautiful, beautiful black bottle. I really hope that it's gonna be black, and I really hope it's gonna be gorgeous, just as in pictures. So it has pineapple, bergamot, coconut, tiara flower, patchouli. It has vanilla and amber. So basically, this fragrance, when I saw the notes, I was like, can it be similar to Iced Star? Because I do have Ice Star. Ice Star is a limited edition from 2020, I believe. I might be mistaken. Yeah, I believe it's 2020. And it's an absolutely beautiful fragrance, very, very nice fragrance. But it was a limited edition, and I know that so many people want to get this fragrance, but it's impossible now. Well, it's possible on eBay, you can still find it, but the price is outrageous. Anyway, and I was like, it might be reminiscent of that. So I will be trying this for sure. And I will be getting a smaller size just to compare the two, because I'm kind of thinking that it might be really, really similar and I don't need both fragrances. The male's targeted release is also beautiful, and I will be also trying it. I usually don't try male's targeted releases, like sometimes, but not always. It's just because I'm not interested, and because there's so many fragrances in a female targeted releases that I can't really reach everything. So it has pink pepper, bergamot, citrus, dark chocolate, clary sage, and patchouli. I think it's gonna be really, really nice. And the next fragrance that I am really keen on trying, because it so happened that I didn't like the original fragrance. It's not that I didn't like it. I do have a 10 milliliter bottle of it. It has salt in it, and my skin pH and salt, they just don't go well together. There's something when the salty fragrances hit my skin, it stinks. I can't say it in any other way. The fragrance isn't pleasant. So anyway, it's Paco Rabanne, and this is Olympea Parfum. So it's another take on Olympea fragrance, and it has a super gorgeous black bottle. So it has clary sage, green accord, pink pepper, jasmine, orange blossom, rose oil, benzoin, vanilla, and musk. It doesn't have salt. So I'm very, very interested in trying this one because it might be beautiful. So yeah, and the last one is the fragrance that it's not a fragrance that is groundbreaking. It has never been a groundbreaking release, and all the flankers of that release are not groundbreaking. I do have two of them behind me, but they are so nice, they are so pleasant, so beautiful, so feminine, and so it's the easy reach fragrance. So, and when I saw that they are releasing yet another flanker, Nina Illusion, so and the bottle is very cute. It has yuzu, Italian lemon, pink pepper, raspberry, orange blossom. It has vanilla and patchouli. So basically, the notes are really, really like average, normal notes, your normal spring, summer fragrance notes, right? Yuzu, Italian lemon, orange blossom, pink pepper is just a classic fragrance, but I'm really keen on trying this one because I really think that it's going to be something nice and portable and easy reach and beautiful. So yeah, these are the fragrances that I wanted to talk to you about, because you see, and there's so many other fragrances that are coming, and I've been browsing them, and I was like, yeah, I'm not really keen on testing them, and I just want to talk to you a little bit more. So let's just dedicate this 5-10 minutes to another topic. So do we, as fragrance lovers, do we have to try every single fragrance that comes out? I think we don't. And just as the message that I got that, well, you're a fragrance collector, you're supposed to have the fragrance that is coming out, and I don't think I do. you see, the whole purpose of me collecting the fragrances is collecting the fragrances that I like. And if it so happens that the fragrance that I try is good, I like it, then I might be adding it to my collection. Because you see, I don't really need. I reached that point of my collection. I have reached it like years and years back, that I have so many fragrances that I have to become a vampire to consume them. That's what it is. So it they gonna last, and I don't sell them. I don't decant them. It's nothing bad. I mean, I'm all for it. If it's something that you're interested in and you're decanting your fragrances, go for it. And it's a good thing. It's just that I don't do that. So basically, I don't think that a fragrance collector is the one that has to rush out and you have to keep up with this huge amount of fragrances that come out every single day. And just out of the curiosity, I haven't been able to retrieve the data for this year, obviously, because this year is just 5 months, into 2024. But for instance, from 2022 to 2023, there were as many as around 7,000 fragrances, new fragrance releases. And obviously these fragrance releases are feminine targeted, masculine targeted. There are unisex fragrances, there are designer, niche, they are artistic fragrances, there are fragrances that are mass market. So many, so that you literally have to have an unlimited budget to be able to afford all the fragrances. So you don't have to necessarily to go out and buy every single fragrance that comes out. No one says that you can't try them, but you don't need to buy every single fragrance. So it's like, just one more thing I want to say, that there's this thing that when influencers, so beauty bloggers, fragrance influencers show their collections, the collections are huge, beautiful, and there's like a lot of fragrances from the same brand, right? And sometimes, I'm kind of a little fragrance influencer myself, but anyway, I do still have this kind of feeling that sometimes you have this overwhelming feeling that, well, I used to have it, I don't have it anymore, that, well, I don't keep up, because I don't have I don't have all these fragrances, especially if you see, like, I don't know, one brand like BDK, and you have like 10 fragrances of BDK, like 12 fragrances of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, or what have you. Doesn't matter what brand it is. And then, the understanding came to me that I don't have to keep up. I really don't. I do have the fragrances that I have. I love them. Sometimes I buy new fragrances, but I buy the fragrances that I want. I don't need to buy fragrances to prove that, well, I don't need to have any, like, all new releases, because just it makes no sense to me. Like, for instance, last week, well, not last week, on Wednesday, I was talking to you about the two newest fragrances, and they are new fragrances, they just came out, and I didn't like them. But it doesn't matter. I don't need to have them in my collection just because they're new, and I'm a fragrance blogger, so I have to have them. It's not, it doesn't work like that. And even if we take away the thing that, well, you have to pay for these fragrances, right? Because some bloggers are lucky that the brands send fragrances their way. Like, no one sends fragrances to me, because brands don't even know that I exist. But even if they would send, I wouldn't even know what to do with these fragrances after I review them. I mean, it's just huge amount of fragrances. It's not that I would say don't send it to me. I would say you do. You send it my way, but I'd probably just go out and gift it to my to my friends, because Anyway, I'm just talking too much, and this is my message. This is my message. Don't feel that you have to keep up with every single new release. You don't. You don't. So, yeah, just have your peace, peace of mind, and don't think you have to keep up with the influencers that have the fragrances sent to them. You don't. You do you buy fragrances that you like, and if you like all the fragrances, you buy all the fragrances. But by any means, I would suggest you to invest all your money that you have, all disposable income, into the fragrances. You do you if you are able to afford it. And this is the last thing, that just answer the question, are you able to afford all these new releases, like 7,000 new releases? If you do, then why don't you have them already? If you don't have them already and you can afford them, then maybe you just don't need them. So that's it. And if you can't afford them, here you go. You don't need to spend money that you don't necessarily have for the fragrances. Just buy the fragrances that you like, buy the fragrances that you need, and don't think that you need to buy every single fragrance that comes out. Yeah. So this is my idea of this on this fragrance collection to you. Anyway, just let me know if you have already tried the fragrances that I've mentioned. If you do, just tell me what are the fragrances that you loved, and if you don't, are you looking forward to testing these fragrances? I wish you a beautiful day. I wish you a beautiful Sunday. Thank you for your attention, and bye.